Today on the Common Good MTG, we're playing mono black mid-range. What does that mean? It means all of our cards are black. Black, 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 black. And it's a mid-range deck, which pretty much means it's nothing else. Mid-range usually means a little bit of control, a few creatures, and a nice curve that leads you up into the mid and late games. And that's definitely what we got going on today. If that sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, and you know, in Magic cards, just like weightlifting, I don't think that sudden uncontrollable urination should disqualify you. Doctor, you can't suck it. Yes, thank you. Down before a live studio audience. Thank you so much. You can't suck it. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Mox Field, posted by Bolasfury, called Mono Black Midrange. It's actually Bolasfury, but it always sounds like I'm saying Bowl of Fury. Bowl of Fury. Yeah, Mono Black Midrange. So the name of the deck is boring. It's boring, boring, boring. But otherwise, we can call this deck like Vampire Tribal or Vampire Life Gain or Life Gain Death Touch, or you could do anything you want with this deck because it's space awesome. Yeah, all of the above. It's almost too good. It's like a Swiss Army knife of mono blackness. It's got lots of great things going on. We got a little bit of stuff in here from the Omenpaths. I'm not willing to call it Spider-Man. Still, yeah, really, really awesome. It's going to be fun. So I played it so far. I've had nothing but good things to say about it. Let's get down to Chinatown. All right, so what we're going to do is take a look at cards in this deck. We'll talk a little bit how it should work, and then we're going to go out. We're going to crush some hopes and dreams. What do we got here today? Let's take a look. We got Suicide Jack. This guy will keep stabbing you every time you stab somebody else until you get down below 10 life, at which point he flips over into a dude that gives all your other attacking creatures indestructible, and he's got lifelink. So there you go. Hand Hate. Little tiny dude kill. Dude and Planeswalker kill. Hand hate. Dude kill. Lifelink. You can pump him up with a bunch of popo counters, and then he also deals that much damage to your opponent right to his face. So if you got a lot of mana, this guy can drop and just do tremendous amount of damage potentially. This guy can push out a lifelinky dude or draw you a card. He's got Death Touch otherwise. He's a lot of value, a lot of utility. Plus, he's got an awesome frilly color, which, you know, that's good. Let's see. This guy is flying Death Touch Lifelink. We're starting to see a lot of Death Touch, a lot of Lifelink rolling around, right? And you could take his abilities and put it onto another guy, which gives another guy Death Touch and Lifelink and flying. Yep. Okay, this one has exile target creature or planeswalker. Man, I always just hold on to this card until something that needs exiling comes out. Because, yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there that needs to be exiled rather than just destroyed. And if you don't have it, you might as well just give up. So hold on to this one. LG of the Elegy Acolyte, let's see, lifelink, 4/4, puts out baby robots in certain situations. Otherwise, if a creature does damage to a player, you draw a card, lose a life, so card draw. This guy, whenever he attacks till the turn, you look at top card of your library, and you can use your life to play for the spell from the top of your library rather than its mana cost. If you got life, you got lots of life gains, so it's quite possible this will be space awesome. This does -3/-3 to a creature. You gain 2 life, and otherwise you can put it out for 7 later on, and you could bring a dude from any graveyard into your battlefield under control during your upkeep. That's such a smoking ability. And lastly, Unholy Annex has card draw, which will, if you have no demons out, which we don't have a lot of demons in this deck, you lose 2 life. But if you have a demon out, then your opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life, which is fantastic. Because you gain life and draw cards over the top. What does the other side do? Puts out a demon. There we go. What else is a demon? Soulstone Sanctuary is a all creature type creature. You just got to turn it into a creature so that it can be a demon. So you can make your Unholy Annex do the good stuff. Demolition Field will destroy non-basic lands. Cavern of Souls will protect vampires, probably, from being countered. And 18 basic lands. All right, there we go. So what are we going to do? We got a lot of vampires. We're going to be doing a lot of death touching. We're going to be doing a lot of life gaining. We're going to go after people's hands. We're going to be drawing cards. We're going to be killing stuff. And yeah, and we're going after our opponent. That's it. That should work. That should be it. All right, so before we go and do our damage, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black King Volgaroth, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear lamentation of the women. All right, playing against GhostToast. Turn off our propellers because I hate them. All right, I get these organized correctly. What is in your hand? I don't care about the threes. Those are all fine. Let's just get rid of that guy. Because he puts them out, he's not going to be able to use them if he doesn't have a creature. See if we can help with eliminating that as a source of mana. I4. Alright, so 5 we get out a demon. Qarsi Revenant would be good against the Dragon Hawk. I don't have any more icky fingers though. I need some of my creature kill. Because if he just sits back there and keeps sending the lumbering world wagons at me, that'd be bad. Okay. There we go. There's an icky finger. All right, I'm going to demon up. Okay, we knew that was coming. That's fine. We'll let it happen. All right, number 1. Let's kill that, as one does. Number 2, let's go after his hand a little bit. What else are we playing around with here? Let's get rid of this guy. All right, he's down to 6. We're doing really well. Let's hopefully we can keep the demon out. And we win! Potty pants, potty pants. Victory! Rank up. And we're playing against Clean Sid 2. Clean Sid. Adds a bunch of mana. And nothing but control. Alright, I don't know. We'll see where this thing goes. We got a lot of stuff, and this is a really weird start, but I hate it when I don't have enough mana. Doctor's hand. I see what I'm taking out. Ooh, he's got a lot of those Leonids, doesn't he? I don't think I'm not going to waste my shoot the sheriff on these guys. I'll just stab one and maybe scare the rest of them away. Let's call it good. Long way to build before we get up Egrix here. Is she dripping off of her butt there? You. Gone! That made me feel good. Still, we're taking 6. Alright, what else you got up there, hippie? Yeah! She is always slinking around in the background. Man, taking 6 per turn is not cool. Alright, we don't have enough. All we can do is shoot the sheriff. Let's just take it in, get some more mana. And then we'll shoot a sheriff here in just a second. Unfortunately, still had 3. That's bad. Alright, Egrix. Alright, we're just skin of our teeth right here is what we're doing. You want to send some guys in? Go for it. Alright, so Egrix has got to stand behind like a sucker. I'll just leave it. The question is, yeah, am I going to give up the Deep-Cavern Bat if I have to? Man, if I attack with Cecil, I'll lose 2 life. I'm taking everybody in. Pay life? I'm not paying life for that, so no. Alright, gain much life, hippie. There we go. I got the ability to block with a man land. And with Cecil. He's gonna get rid of poor Cecil. Alright, come at me, brah. Oh, should I get rid of the other? Now let's just pick off the big guys. I'm down to 2. Nice. That'll help keep that from happening. Alright, do I care to gain some more life? Let's just do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can't do it now. Can I do it now, though? There we go. Got a bunch of guys. 3 life. We're holding it together. And we win! And we win! Boom, boom! Goes the room. Boom, boom. We're playing against Xiaoze. Xiaoze. What do we got here? 3, 4, 5. Let's keep going. All right, we're going to try to go for some card draw at my cost of my life. A lot of things that aren't demons. See, that is technically going to be a demon card once it dies. Da-da-da-da, I'm going to shoot the sheriff. All right, go ahead and kill it off. Oh, you're not going to do it, huh? All right, we have I got 5 right there. Okay, cool. Another one. Let's vampire this mofo. And let's take it in. I'm totally willing to let these things go. So I could have came in with the little boy too. That would have been nice. I love a lot of things about Vampire Nighthawk. Let's put it that way. I think the art's super cool. I think he's cheap. I think he's a money ball kind of guy. Let's just force this guy as we got him. Oh look, it's a demon, everybody. Yet he never seems to do very well. He always seems to get slaughtered. He's got so much going for him, but yeah, he just gets killed all the time. Have I nailed 2 of them so far? Yeah, I have. Does she have hexproof or something? All right, that thing's gone. All right, let's take out Kaya. All right, lots of great things happening just then. Hopefully he doesn't have a board wipe. That would be extraordinarily bad. Yeah, where's his Unholy Annexes? He's playing with demons. He doesn't know about Luis. That is our big issue there, huh? Yeah, no, whatever. We can take the damage. All right, let's see if we can win this thing. And we win! Boom, boom. Goes the room. Boom, boom. Hi, we're playing against RickMO. RickMO. Oh, gotta get the bear before he swallows the crystal. Now we gotta turn it back on so he can dance around in front of his face. That's the best part. I thought we're not gonna do this. We're gonna go after his hand. Well, that was a big, gigantic whiff on my part. Nothing but creatures and lands, huh? I mean, I could stab something. That'll be fun. What do we got up here? Yeah, I'll have to get a sear slicer, baby maker. Don't need no babies around here. Nuh-uh. I will preacher it up. We're a little slow, the bitter triumph. That's unfortunate. I mean, I could have not put out the preacher. Yeah, there I go to kill that guy. Yeah, come at me, brah. I'll pay 3 life to get rid of that guy. That's perfectly fine with me. And let's take it in. Alright, yeah. Look at that bear dancing around with this crystal in front of his face, never able to touch it. Suck it, bear. Ooh, let's kill the bib maker. Alright, drew card. Or hat. Drive a car. As you know, I'm a person, not a dog. I keep putting out good stuff. That's always unfortunate. Looks like I've run out of things to do. That's a problem. Alright, let's swing in with all these guys. Ooh, nice. Unfortunately, I don't have the mana to go screw things over with that yet. That's 6. We need 7 for Virtue. Anything to bring back? Nah. We're at 8. I mean, it could be a bad situation. I just got to gain some life here. That's what I got to do. All right, cool. Here we go. 1. That gets me like 8 life right there. That you shouldn't have done it. I guess you had to do it. Was your problem, right? And we win. Suck it, suckerfish. Victory. All right, playing against Nymerios. Nymerios is, I think, is a type of cereal. Alright, let's see what this guy's got in his hand. Well, that's all I could do. Alright, what are we playing against here? There we go. It's Setharoth. Setharoth. Alright, we'll Cecil it. We gotta get 3 mana before we can get rid of Setharoth. It's Setharoth. Alright, come at me, brah. Bong. And no, we'll play defense here, like suckers. Why do you want to do that? That's why. Playing with your Komodo dragon there. No, we're fine. I mean, Cecil gets his 1 time. That's it right there. He ran out of cards, which is great. You got there, hippie. I'm going to go full on demon. And still no, because we got a spider we're holding against. You want to come at me, brah? What is the point of that? Oh, I see, because Vengeful Blood Witch does this damage. So at least he gets 1 point through, and it can bring back his other guy. Alright. Does he have any black? No. Ooh, well, Vengeful Blood Witch seems to be the, yeah, let's get rid of the spider. All right, we're drawing cards, taking names. All right, good for you. I'm just not sure how to play that. Let's unlock. I'm not concerned about what we got up there. As long as we keep our demon open, there's a lot of good things we could do. Should we? That sounds like a fork ton. Let's do it. That's 4 right there. That's half his life. He's just coming at us, brah, like he owns the place. I think that he knows that he has lost. All right, is it 6? He's going to lose at least 4 next turn. That's a good game him. And we win. Well, it wasn't quite a potty pants because he actually tipped the hat. Victory! I see you're out with Mono Black Midrange, and it was fantastic. It was a fantastic deck. You know, what's funny is that it's not that different from anything we could have put out. There's very few cards in here from the Omenpaths. I'm trying to even scan it right now to see what's even new from the Omenpaths in here. We've got Luis, and or Lewis, not sure. And then we got Egrix. Those are like your 2 big 2. Did they really contribute a lot? You know, the funny guy, I think that Lewis is probably the best guy in this deck as far as the ad from Omenpaths right there. Well, Death Touch, Lifelink 4/4. I mean, he's definitely in the vein of what this deck likes to do. But being that it's 5 to put out, you know, and from there, who knows? Yeah, I think Egrix wasn't as much value as Lewis was. So yeah, it was still great. I love this deck. I thought it was great, and I thought it was great that we put together a deck that you know, had Unholy Annex in it. Yeah, we had like 0 demons other than itself and the Soulstone Sanctuary. That was it. All right, so let's get down to it. Let's see, who was the MVP? Who's the most valuable player? Was it... See, Luis had this weird situation where you could play him later on and you could just do X damage to people. Plus, you get lifelink out of the deal too, which was really good. Just trying to check out the other people to see who was also the pure value here. Elegy Acolyte seemed to do very well because there's a card draw engine and putting out robots. I gotta say, I'm gonna give it to the Elegy Acolyte. I thought that this card, because of the fact it kept putting out robots and drawing new cards and had lifelink and was a 4/4 and only cost me 4, yeah, you're gonna be today's value player. You're a value add. LG Acolyte, you are today's MVP. Congratulations, you're going to Disneyland. All right, so now that we've specified that, let's get down to, is this deck competitive? Yeah, I got a 75% win rate out of this deck. 100%, I mean, it's a great deck. I mean, sure, you know, you lose occasionally, but I mean, just the vast majority of the time you're tying it down. It has so much utility to it. Really, it's because this thing has a nice collection of, I mean, it does lots of things, right? What do? We got removal, creature removal, that is. We got life gain. We've got death touch. We've got hand hate. We've got card draw. This deck does it all. That's what Mono Black, that's what Black does so well, is it does everything, right? It does everything. And this was holding it together. It did have some suicide knights in there, like Cecil there, who wants to completely get you down to at least 10 life, because that's what I need, right? And do we have somebody else in here that was doing the same thing to us? Taking a look around real quick. Things that cost us to be able to use it. I guess Unholy Annex is another one. Without as many demons as we normally have, it seems like I was having to pay for the card draw. But still a great deck. Really good. All right, so was this deck fun? Yes. Why was that? Because look it up there. 1, 2, and 3, power packed, and tons of cards you could play for relatively cheap. And then we had 24 lands, something. We can get to this in a good time. I was able to throw down Virtual Persistence as a full enchantment a number of times while playing this deck. So I didn't have a problem with mana. We worked our way up to it. The deck held out well mid and late game. So yeah, altogether, yeah, fantastic deck. Tons of fun to play. Lastly, was this deck interesting? And yes, absolutely. Why? Because it was, I couldn't tell what it was. I couldn't tell when I first got it. It had some Omenpath cards in there, so I'm like, yeah, we're going to play this just because it has some new cards. But it wasn't like any other mono black deck I played in a long time. It ended up being practically Vampire Tribal. It was like Vampire Tribal. Because look at this. We got Vampire, Vampire, Vampire. That guy's not a vampire, I guess. And then a bat. That's close to being a vampire, right? Cooking a little bit of demons, a little symbiote spiders, and a human cleric. And this is everything. So the vampire again, also demon vampire. All together, yeah, lots of practically Vampire Tribal. I was entranced. You know, I didn't recognize it when I was playing it, but still, between that and the life thing, I thought, oh, I'm going to call this thing like Black Life Gain, because there's a lot of life gain in there. Yeah, you guys don't get pumped with it, but it gives you that time you need to progress the rest of your game. And then I was like, I'm playing Death Touch all the time too. Also fantastic, because people keep trying to come at you with their stuff. As long as you're willing to let your dudes chump out, then yeah, their guys are dying hardcore. So altogether, this deck had a lot of great things to do, and it was super fun. All right, so let's take it down. Let's count it out. Was this deck competitive? Yes. Was this deck fun? Yes. Was this deck interesting? Yes. All right, so that makes it into an A+ deck. And as I'm required by federal law to say, this deck is so choice. I'd highly recommend you pick one up, should you have the means. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the underground secret headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes.